Hey, real quick before the beginning of the video, I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be doing a very special giveaway at the very end. And if you clicked on this video, I think you're going to like it. All you have to do to enter to win is be subscribed and say the special phrase that I tell you to say at the outro. And let's be so for real right now, I honestly don't get that many comments, so you might have a pretty good chance. So please stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoy. Man, I can't believe VHS tapes still work after all this time. I know, I love watching Star Wars on VHS. Something about it just feels right, you know? You want to put in episode 3? It didn't come out on tape. What do you mean it didn't come out on tape? I mean, it didn't get a VHS release. We can watch it on DVD though. No, I want to watch it on tape. I genuinely don't know how to explain this to you any differently. It didn't get a VHS release. The tape doesn't exist. 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 What if it did? I mean, if in butts were candy and nuts, we'd... I'll be right back. Hey, where are you going? We just ordered pizza! You're the only one with money! Hello everybody and welcome. If you weren't able to tell by that absolute masterclass in storytelling that you all just witnessed, this video is going to be all about creating custom videotapes. I want to preface this by saying that I don't think every single movie ever deserves its own VHS release. Movies like Interstellar and The Martian, for example, I think would lose much of their magic and cinemascape that makes them so special if it was forced into that very narrow 4:3 aspect ratio. The reason that I chose Star Wars Episode 3 specifically is because I already have 5 of the original first 6 Star Wars movies released on VHS, and I was not going to be able to sleep at night until I had the complete set. In this video, I'm going to be covering everything from how I made a digital file of the movie to how I was able to create a custom slipcover for the VHS tape. If I did my job correctly, you should be able to use this video as a guide on how to create your own custom VHS tape, and should you choose to do so, I humbly request that you share it with me on social media because I eat that shit up, baby. If this sounds interesting to you, I genuinely hope that you enjoy, and if it doesn't, then you've probably already left by now, so it really is no sweat off my back. So without further ado, I present to you how I gave Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith its own unofficial VHS release. Please subscribe, this was a lot of work and it took a really long time. So, the first thing we need to do is we need to be able to get the movie off of our disc and onto a digital file that we can work with. So, for this, we're going to be using 2 different pieces of software. One of them, you probably might know. The second one is a beta that only runs in Microsoft. So this is only compatible with a Microsoft computer. Yes, I normally use a Mac for my main computer. It's my main editing computer. It's the one I do most of my work from. However, the computer here in my studio is a Windows computer, and so we're just going to go ahead and use that for now. So here is a program called Make MKV, and I will leave a link in the description so you can download it yourself. And then the other one is going to be Handbrake. A lot of you watching this video may be familiar with that. Right here is the website for Make MKV. You can see it's in beta, and then you can download it right here for Windows. Like I said, it is only for Windows. It will only work on a Windows OS computer. I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and it is a beta still, so there is going to be a registration key that you're going to need to look out for. So if I go here to help, register, right here is going to be the license key. You're going to have to re-update this every month. because it's in the beta form. That's okay. It's not hard. So it's completely free. You just got to go to the website. I will leave a link for that in the description as well. So if right here, the link that I'm going to leave for you should take you to this website right here. You just control copy paste into the registration bar. So you just control copy paste that into your help, register. You just paste it right there, and it should work. Okay, so I've already done this once, but I'm going to do it again so that way I can show you guys how it works. All we need to do is load our disk into our disk drive. Make MKV should automatically register that you have a disk drive connected. Mine is already connected, as you can see. It has it right here, but it also says no disk, so we need to put a disk in it. And now it's read the disk. It's got it right here loaded. Alright, so now that we have the DVD in here, there's just a few things we need to do. It's very simple. We're just going to go ahead and click on the DVD. Here it is. It's going to take a look at the DVD. It's going to take a second. My PC is slightly slow, but you can see it working. It's reading all the contents of the disc as it thinks. Sometimes it takes a second. You can hear it whirring in the background. It's reading all the contents of the disc. If you have a slightly more powered PC, it will go a lot quicker, but it is a lot of information for it to go through. Alright, here we are. It has read the disc. We've got all the information about the disc. Just a couple of things. We'll go ahead and click it down. You can see that the title, the one title selected, it's got all of this extra stuff with it. Okay, you don't really need all of this extra stuff. You can see it says got subtitles, text English, subtitles English again, subtitles English, audio DD stereo English, audio DD stereo French, audio DD stereo Spanish, audio DD stereo English again, and DD surround 5.1 English. We don't need most of this, so we can just get rid of all of these. Now sometimes it can be a little trial and error. It's got the video here. The video is fine, but this is going to be obviously our audio track for the movie. Some of this right here, where it says audio DD stereo English twice, might actually end up being like your DVD commentary. So we don't need that on our file that we're trying to get. Sometimes it can be trial and error when you've got multiple things saying the same thing, but generally speaking, you can use just the top one, DD surround 5.1 English. Just click the top one. You should be fine. There's not that. It's not that important, and if it's not the one, you can, play around with it, but generally the top one's fine. Now we just need to go to our output folder, select the output. It's got to think. Here we are. I have already set this to be in my portable drive and in this folder, so it's all ready to go. And then you just got to click make MKV. It's going to say does not exist. Do you want to create it? Absolutely. And away it goes. And so now it's going to sit there, and it's going to take it a while to go ahead and rip it. Like I said, you have a higher powered PC, then it will normally go quicker. But my PC is not very high powered. I just have a little laptop. So we're just going to go ahead and wait for it to rip. And then I will show you what to do after that. So the copy is now complete. In order to view this file, it's going to be a really large file. We're just going to go ahead and use VLC Media Player. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. We're gonna go to Media, Open File, ROS, and then you can see I've already done it. I've already done this, and I'm just showing you again, but that's okay. So the first file is gonna be this one. All right, and then you just click on it. We're gonna go ahead and test it. Here it comes. Here it is. I don't want to play too much and get copyright struck, but it's looking real good through all of that. Looks good to me. So it's playing real good. We now have it. So the other thing is, now that we have our rip straight from Make MKV, I'm going to go ahead and click on the properties, and you can see that the size is 5.85 gigabytes. That's pretty chunky. We don't need that file to be that big. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, now we're going to go and open up Handbrake. Yes, we'll just go ahead and let it automatically check for update. Watch, it's going to update now. Alright, here we are. Now we've got Handbrake. Alright. And we're just going to open up our thing again, because I accidentally closed out of it, because I'm like that. We go to ROS. We're going to take our file here that we got straight out of MKV, and we're going to just boop, drop it right in. There it is. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so here we have our file. It's in our program Handbrake. There's only a couple of things that you really need to pay attention to. It's fairly simple. You won't really have to change many settings. I didn't. There's just a couple of things. So number one, we got this preset right here, and it's going to say fast 1080p 30. Probably going to catch a little flack for saying this, but most DVDs are not 1080p. This one especially is an older DVD, so you don't need it to be at 1080p because it's not going to be 1080p anyway. So we're just going to go ahead and go down to fast 720p 30. It's not going to really lose any quality, and your file size is going to be smaller, so it'll take up less space on your hard drive. The other thing that you really need to pay attention to is this one. It's already preset to MP4. They have other file formats, MOV, MKV right there, WebM. We're going to have it at MP4, mostly because it's universal, right? Like almost everything can play an MP4. That's really it. The only other thing is going to be down here. You want to make sure you know where this thing is going to be saved to. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and browse. We're going to pick our external hard drive right there. I'm going to pick it right there. I'm going to rename it because I don't want it to be called that, so I'll just put in ROS for Revenge of the Sith. Save. Bam. Save. Okay, it's all set to go. The only thing left, start encode. And then it's going to think for a second. And down here, you're going to say encoding pass 1 of 1. All of this. And then it's going to say time remaining. It's going to go up as it has to think about it and encode it, because it is rather big file. Okay. So, after you've done all of that, it'll just automatically go into the file that you have set for it. And then, when it's there, you'll have something that looks like this. Okay, and then if you can see just by me hovering over it, but I'll go ahead and go to the properties. Right down here, the size, 1.12 gigabytes. That is way smaller than our original file, so it's much, much better, much more manageable for putting it on whatever device you want to put it on, your cell phone or a tablet or a computer. It takes up way less space, and we'll just go ahead and proof what we're doing here with VLC. VLC is an amazing program to have for stuff like this. We'll go ahead and click on our MP4 file, open it, we'll test it here real quick. There it is. Skip through it a little bit. Bam, bam. Looking pretty good to me. I don't want to play too much of it. Yep, it's looking pretty good to me. There you go. That is how you rip a DVD and make a digital MP4 file with it. Now this is going to be able to help us further our project. I now have a digital form of the DVD that I can now manipulate in my editing software in order to create our custom VHS tape. Alrighty, here we are, here back at the Mac. So one of the biggest things I think you're going to need is a piece of video editing software. I think we're going to use CapCut because simply it just is the most user-friendly. I don't have a project created for this yet, so I'm going to go ahead and create a project. And then we're going to go here to our files, and I already have the Revenge of the Sith MP4 that we made on the other computer transferred over from my hard drive. We now have the movie in a MP4 format, the entire movie ready to go to be edited just like any other video we've made. So there's a couple of things that I want to do to this that will, I think, make it feel much more authentic, as if it was a authentic VHS release, and that is going to be things like previews. I'm going to go and scour the internet for some previews of like movies that were coming out at around the same time, so I'm thinking probably also from 20th Century Fox, so probably something along the lines of Ice Age, maybe, things like that. We're going to add a couple of those, maybe some promos or something. I'm not 100%. We'll just kind of play around with it, and then at the end, so I have a 6-hour long VHS tape, so I think we're not going to use the entirety of the 6 hours, but we are going to, I think, add some extras on the back. Something like, you know how VHS tapes used to like have extras behind the movie, so maybe some behind the scenes footage, perhaps some interviews. We might even, maybe we'll add maybe a little documentary or something behind it of extras that we can have. So we're gonna go and scour the internet and look for things that would add to the experience of this. I'm even thinking like the thing they used to put at the beginning of VHS tapes where it said this film has been modified from its original version and has been formatted to fit your screen. We're gonna add that. Maybe a couple other things. I might even go look on my other Star Wars tapes and see what they have at the beginning of those, just to jog my memory a little bit. And so yeah, we're gonna go pull those from the internet somewhere. We're gonna go scour the internet and see if we can find things that would add to this. We're gonna go look up some old trailers, put them on there. I'm getting sort of excited. I think I did it. Okay, I don't know why, but this is like really like gassing me up right now. So I went and I pulled a couple of trailers here and a couple of other things for the beginning. Oh, I forgot one thing. Okay, I think I did it. So I went on YouTube and I scoured around. I did a little bit of Googling and I went and found some trailers. I got 2 trailers from movies coming out from 20th Century Fox around the same time. There was a couple that I wanted to add, but it just didn't feel right. I tried really hard to make this as official looking as I could. And so I tried really hard to find movies that were coming out that would have been promoted at the beginning of this tape. So I did a little bit of Googling, and the 2 movies that came out around the same time that I think would have had previews on this tape that are both from 20th Century Fox are Ice Age: The Meltdown, which I believe came out around March of 2006, and this movie hit theaters in May of 2005. So when the home video got released, it would have been a little while after that. Let's call it August of 2005 is when it probably would have gotten a VHS release. So March of 2006 isn't that far away. I certainly think it's within the time frame of doing a trailer for it. And the Johnny Cash Walk the Line, and that came out, I believe, in December of 2005. So if hypothetically this VHS tape came out around August of 2005, it would have been perfect to promo a 2005 December movie. So we got Ice Age, and then we got the Johnny Cash. I also added the Revenge of the Sith trailer at the beginning. I added a DVD promo. So, you know, I added a DVD promo for it.
At last,
that came out around the time. I even went in and added the 20th Century Fox anti-piracy warning. And then we also added this film has been modified from its original version and has been formatted to fit this screen. I also added the motion picture has been rated PG-13, and then the movie, and then one more. I also tried to add the beginning for the trailers. The following preview has been approved for all audiences. And so that's pretty much our beginning. And as I was making this, it feels so natural. I think I did a good, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I think I did a good job. I'm pretty happy. I think it fits really well. Everything makes sense. And I just want you to know I've watched a lot of VHS tapes, and this just feels right. I mean, this naturally feels like the beginning of a VHS tape. I think I nailed it. Yeah. So, here is the whole thing here in CapCut. I think we're pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way this looks. So, you already have seen the trailers. So, I've already told you about those. And then I added all of those. And then I did add this, the Stay Tuned after feature for added footage. I didn't really care for it as much. I don't know. I think it's not bad. I think after I watched the entire beginning, it works for me. It's not as nostalgic as I remember it being, but also I think most of like the bumpers at the beginning of the movies, I think the one that I remember the most where it says stay tuned after the feature for special features or whatever it was mostly for like Disney and stuff. And I know that Star Wars got bought by Disney, but I wanted this to try and feel as authentic as possible. So we've got all of that. We've got the main movie all the way through. Aspect ratio is good on all of them. Yes, I know the aspect ratio is not quite 4:3 on this one, but a lot of movies, their trailers have them in 16:9, so that's not really a big deal for me. Have the trailers in 16:9 at the beginning, and then we go all the way to the end. You can even see like how the movie changes, because that just came stock, and then like full screen, and then it changes to 16:9, so it's fine. And then I added the Comic-Con trailer at the very end, and that was the announcement trailer. That was the first trailer I believe that they dropped at Comic-Con, and so I really enjoyed that. I felt like that was a good part to add in at the very end. And then I found a featurette about, you know, kind of a behind the scenes look at how Revenge of the Sith was made. So I figured that would be a really good thing. It's about 15 minutes long. I didn't want to, I could go through, so I have the movie on disc. And if you noticed earlier when we ripped it, it's the 2-disc special edition. It's got all of the bonus features. I didn't want to rip all of them off of there. There's a lot. I didn't want to oversaturate this tape. And so I went ahead and I just picked one thing that was about 15 minutes long, kind of a short 15-minute documentary talking about George Lucas's thought process behind the story of Darth Vader. So that was pretty good, I think. I felt really satisfied with that. And then, to top it all off, I found this, there is an Easter egg in the DVD of basically Hip Hop Yoda. And so I just threw that there at the end. And I was pretty happy with that. And then also, I went ahead and added this little end. Because it is a 6-hour long tape, and the tape that we're going to be recording on, I don't know everything that's going to be on after that. So part of me just wanted to really like solidify the fact that there's no more on the tape. So if somebody watching, you know, who's not me, because let's be honest, who else is going to be watching this tape? Anyway, who else is going to, I mean, I just really want to solidify that's the end of the tape. That's just like a personal choice. And one of the biggest things I think that is important for all of this, we've got the whole thing ready to go. So the intent behind this is we're going to record this onto a VCR. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. But if you decide to do this at home or do it on your own, first off, tag me because I want to see it. My social medias are in the link in the description. But remember to give yourself at least probably 10 seconds right here of lead time. So that way you can press play on your computer and it will give you time to press record. You can put a countdown in if you want to. I don't think I need to. I went ahead and doubled it and just gave myself 20 seconds. It's not going to hurt to have a little bit of dead air at the beginning. It's going to be less than 20 seconds. So I think then that's going to be fine. Just make sure you give yourself some space at the very beginning of the video to have time to make sure that you get your VCR recording before so that way you don't skip anything. And I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and render this out. And we're going to move on to the next step, which is an exciting part. We're going to be recording it to the tape. Now it's time to break out the old analog technology. You're going to need a VCR with the recording function operational. That part is going to become very important here shortly. And you're going to need a monitor. You don't necessarily need an old tube TV, but it is the best way, I think, to check the playback on your VHS tape. All jokes aside, the first VCR I pulled out actually started giving me a lot of problems. Just pop this open to put in the heads real quick and hold on. There's a fucking dead spider in there. That's been a minute since this thing was open. Alright, let's get some power going. He broke my cleaner tape. That's not a good sign. Let's see if it plays it. Well, I think my JVC just broke. Well, it appears as though battling for baby is going to live to fight another day, although it is a little more messed up than usual. It's working fine now. This is a VCR from 1979, so she's a little wore out, but I think we'll be okay. Never slowing down, never moving. Keep on moving. Keep it moving, keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, keep it moving. We ain't never gonna lose it. Oh crap. Okay, so the connection is a little shoddy, but okay, we're almost there. I'm gonna go get a different coax cable. So I wasn't 100% sure exactly where I left off. I was having some trouble with the aspect ratio going from between the 16:9 monitor and the 4:3 monitor. I had it all set in the editing software and I thought I had it right, which I did. Everything's correct. I've got it all figured out now. Basically, the easiest way for me to explain it is that the CRT thinks that it's a 16:9 aspect ratio when it's not. So I was trying to make the 16:9 monitor fit a 4:3 screen, but that wasn't working because when I made the 16:9 screen turn into a 4:3, it was doing the same thing over here, and it was giving me black bars on the sides where I didn't want it, and the screen was very skinny and narrow. And I was confused, and I was getting frustrated, and I didn't know exactly what was going on until I realized. So I've got it here in VLC, and you can see it is about right. So I basically went to here and into the aspect ratio, and I set it to 16:9, which made it look stretched here on the 16:9 monitor. When you put it full screen on the 4:3 monitor, it fits. So you can see it here, it's stretched, but over here it fits correctly. It was a little bit of trial and error. It took me about 30 minutes to realize what I was doing, but I think we're there. I think it's ready. The only thing left is now I'm going to do a test on one of my tapes. I'm going to go grab a blank tape. We're going to do a test record and make sure that the entire setup works correctly. Then I think we're all set to record the movie. So let's go ahead and try that right now. We're not going to use this. We're going to go pull up like a YouTube video or something. We'll just pull up like one of my old YouTube videos, and we will attempt to record onto here from here and just see if it works. And then if it works, just to be double sure, to make it easy, I'll just eject it from this one, and I will put it in my Panasonic that I have hooked up to my main TV that I watch TV on here in my room. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's just pull up a video. There you go. She's got power. Okay. We should got our blank tape. We should just be able. Okay. Let's go pop her in the other one and see if that worked. Alright, let's see if it worked. What just happened? No signal. What did I do wrong? Okay, something didn't work right. Alright, we're back. So it's been a day or two. I tried over and over and over again, and I could not get the old JVC to work. It's from 1979. I tried. It should not be that difficult. And so everything that I looked for and found basically points to, I think it's a hardware issue with the JVC that I don't have time to fix right now. So I ended up swapping it out for my trusty old stout Panasonic, and I am confident that I got it working right now. So now we're going to move on to the recording portion of the tape. Let me show you how I have the entire setup hooked up. All you need to do is you need to make sure you have your TV hooked up to your output port, and then you need the computer running into your input. So basically, whatever's playing on the computer is going to get routed through the VCR and out of the VCR and into your monitor. Okay, and so that way your monitor is going to see whatever the VCR is recording. In order to get the signal from your digital computer to your analog VCR, you're going to need one of these. Now, a lot of people typically will use RCA cables, which are these things right here. I don't use those very often when I'm dealing with VCRs. I normally use coaxial cable. Okay, and in order to get the digital signal from your computer to your analog VCR, you need to use one of these. This is basically what's called an RF modulator. Okay, and basically what it does is it just takes the digital, turns it into analog signal. It's very simple. You just take the HDMI, plug it into one end, Make sure it's got a power source connected to it. Usually you can just hook it up via USB to your computer. And then the other end, you just put your coaxial cable, and then you're good to go. Usually it's going to be between one of two channels, channel 3 or channel 4, just like your VCR would be. And then you just have it set to one of those. I have mine set to channel 3. Make sure that your TV and your VCR is also set to channel 3. Alright, now we got to turn on our CRT, and we're going to turn on our VCR. Also, make sure that your notifications are turned off, because you don't want a notification popping up in the middle of recording your tape and having it really... You don't want to be an hour and a half, into recording your tape, and then a notification goes off, and then it's just a bad day. Okay, so we've got all of that. Now we need to pull up our VLC media player. Okay, pull up VLC, and then we need to open, here it is, bam, pull it up. We need to make sure that the sound is playing through the right way.
Together, I was about to say that.
She is ready to go. I've got our completely blank tape here. We just insert the tape. And everybody asks me why I keep buying these. Just when one doesn't work, I got another one to replace it. Alright. She should be good. All we need to do now... and you got to remember, anything that shows up on here is going to be recorded onto the tape. So we're going to press play on this, and we're going to pull our mouse over here and let it go like that, and then we're going to press record. We should have plenty of lead time in between in order to do this. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume all the way down. It's not going to matter the volume of the TV because the audio is coming through here anyway. So you can go ahead and drop the volume all the way down, and your tape will still have audio recorded on it. So that's also a key tip. Now, when I press record on this, we can't touch this. We're going to have to get up, we're going to have to walk away and leave it alone. So, basically it's press play and leave and let it go. And you've got to let it go throughout the entire time, all the way through. So it's going to be about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. Alright, here we go. All we do is press record. So we're going to press play on here and then record on there. Ready? There. And there she goes.
Well, if you need a hand to carry a load, I'm here to let you know you can put that on me. When that old hurricane is starting to blow, I've always got a home where you can come be. Because I ain't afraid of...
Alright, we're coming up close here. This I have it set to when it's done, the screen's going to turn blue. It's been recording for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is the very last bit. There we go. Yoda's getting tired. All you got to do when it's done is just press the stop button. I got a little end sequence here. As soon as it turns blue, we're going to stop it. And there it is. And there's our tape. Alright. Let's go put this in the rewinder. And we're going to put it in the other VCR. See if it was all worth it. Alright, let's see if it worked. Hey, look at that. That looks correct. I'd say it worked. Oh, that's right. I was sitting here wondering, why is the sound not happening? Oh, right on the Wilhelm. Love that. I think the track is a little messed up. might get copyrighted. But that, I don't know about you guys, but that looks like Star Wars on tape. It isn't. That's a lot better. I'm good with it. Now that we got that done, the next step is graphic design. Now that our VHS tape is all set and ready to go and nostalgia filled on the inside, now it's time to work on the outside. Now there's a couple of ways you can do this. I've watched, I mean, obviously, I'm not the only person that has custom made a VHS tape. It's actually quite a popular thing to do if you're part of this scene, I guess to call it. There's a couple of ways that I've seen people making their own VHS tape covers. There's a couple of different things that you can do. I've seen people design them in Photoshop. I've seen people design them in like Krita and apps like that, Sketchbook Express. But I was fully prepared to do it in like Krita or Photoshop or Sketchbook Express, and I would have, had I not come across this wonderful, wonderful, amazing website. So I found this website right here. This is called VHS Slipcover Maker. I'll leave a link to this in the description. It's amazing. I love this site so much because you can do all kinds of, I mean, it's amazing the abilities that this gives you. It comes with these pre-made templates for all kinds of movies, right? And you can do VHS, Blockbuster, all kinds of different slipcovers, clamshells. You can do DVDs and Blu-rays, cassettes, vinyl, mini disc, playing cards. It's amazing. I love this so much. You can do Blockbuster sleeves. I just homemade a couple of Blockbuster sleeves. I think that's phenomenal. And so all you got to do is come on here and just select VHS, and they've got all kinds of different ones that you can do, and then you just type in the movie and boom, there you go. Now this was not the way it came. You can change and customize this in any way that you want. You can choose different cover arts. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It was honestly somewhat difficult for me to choose which one I wanted, because there's actually so many good ones on here. I mean, you've got the movie poster, which is the one that I ended up going with. They've got this one, which I almost picked this one. Some of them aren't centered perfectly, but that's okay. But like, I really love this one. I almost picked that one, but I wanted to go with the movie poster because I felt like it would fit in a lot better. This one, I mean, it's just all kinds of different ones. And then you can do logos. You can change the logo right here. You can, all different kinds. You can go to, there's the cover art, the spine. You can change the picture on the spine. Not all of them exactly line up perfectly. You can go to studio, which studio produced it. So there we can add Lucasfilm, take it off. You can add back pictures right there. All kinds. And you can add decals. So like, let's say we want to do new release. Oh, boom. You can smack that on there and change the size and the orientation of it. I love this site so much. VHS Slipcover Maker. It was a absolute lifesaver. And I'll show you. This is the one this is the design that I ended up going with right here. Boom. Right there. That is the sign. And it's already set up in a 12x18 print. It's amazing. I've got a print shop that I'm going to have print it for me. It's look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, that Talk about professional, right? That's what we're going for. This is one hell of an amazing design, and I'm fingers crossed that it comes out looking just as good as that on the paper. I'm so excited. Okay, and then the other thing, it's not just the slipcovers that they make. Because the other thing that was really important to me was the label. So I even designed and customized the label that goes in the center of the tape right here. And now, full disclosure, this is a paid site, but it's not that expensive. It was only $6 to have access to be able to download the printable file. And when you pay for it and you get the printable file, it comes like right here. You can download it. Here, let's go over here. You can download it in all these different, you can download it in letter format. You can go 12 by 18, all different formats, and they're just ready to go for you in very good quality, I think. I mean, it's amazing. I am flabbergasted. Now for the label was slightly a little more pricey. They have a little option right here where you can go to online labels and you can order it right here from this place, online labels. And that's what I did. I just ordered one copy. These were a little more pricey. I think it was like $18 to get one sheet, but I wanted to make sure that it was correct, and I wanted it to be the right way, and so I did. And they'll email you a confirmation, and they should have it shipped to you in 3 to 5 business days. I just ordered it, so I will get back to you or I'll film another clip when I get them in the mail, and I'll let you know how long it took from the time of me ordering it to the time that I received it. But that's for the labels, and then I have another print shop who's going to print this off for me for cheap. This right here is just, I will 100% be using this again if we ever do another custom tape. I am so happy, and I am so excited. It's been a couple days. Everything I just showed you, I had ordered, I had them printed, and I just got everything. Okay, so the first thing is, it's actually really weird. So we got our labels. We got our labels. I have been in this. I have looked at them. Mostly because I wanted to tear off the address and stuff. It's honestly kind of weird because I ordered one sheet, which was supposed to be 10 labels. But they sent me 3 sheets of 10. So I actually have 30 labels. But look at those. Those are just absolutely brilliant, aren't they? Look at these. Those are just absolutely brilliant. That's just flipping perfect. So we've got plenty of labels to work with. This was about $25, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll correct that. But this came, I told you I was going to tell you how quickly they got here. I ordered them on a Friday, and as of recording this, it is Tuesday. Well, technically it's early Wednesday morning, but it's Tuesday night. They got here on Tuesday, so they went Friday, and then the weekend, and then Monday, Tuesday. They were in the mail by end of day Saturday because they provide tracking and everything. So the label company, big ups to them. Wonderful job. I also got the cover. Look at that. This is from the other site that I showed you. I had this printed at a print shop locally, and I could not explain to you how amazing this is. Not any quality lost. Here's a tape, and it is perfect size. I didn't have to resize this at all. This came perfect. It is beautiful. I love it so much. Look at that. Just look how amazing that looks. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so we're gonna cut it out and glue it. here it is. I cannot tell you how proud I am of this. When I decided I was going to do this, I never imagined it would come out looking this good. It just genuinely warms my heart and soul to know that this exists now because of me, and I'm the one who made it. I don't know. This is bringing the inner child inside of me alive, and that 8-year-old who watched these movies for the first time when they first came out is so happy right now. Now it's time to make good on that promise that I made at the beginning of the video. Here's the kicker. I didn't just make one copy. I actually made multiple copies. That's right. I am going to be giving away a custom copy of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith on VHS. Completely for free. All you have to do is be subscribed and comment this special phrase. Are you ready? Hello there. Original, I know, but it's going to let me know that you watched the video all the way through to the very end. That's all I want you to say. I am going to look and make sure that you're subscribed. So that's all you have to do. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is people are going to comment the special phrase that I just told you to comment. I'm going to count how many people commented that phrase, and then I'm going to go to Google and tell Google to roll a respective sided die, like we're in D&D, right? And whatever number that lands on, I'm going to count down from the top, and that's the number that I'm going to pick. So like, for example, let's say 20 people comment, hello there. I'm going to tell Google, roll a 20-sided die. It's going to say whatever number, let's say 15. I'm going to count down 15 comments, and the 15th commenter is going to get the prize. So basically what I'm going to do, after I've picked the person, I'm going to reply to you on YouTube and say DM me on any of the social medias that I have in the description below with whatever mailing address that you want, and I'm going to send it to you. Completely for free. I will cover everything. I will cover shipping, all of it. Make sure to comment, hello there, if you want a free VHS custom copy of Revenge of the Sith. So here's the deal. I'm going to set a goal. The previous most viewed video that I have is my VCR repair video, and that has 1.2 thousand views. If we can get that number up to, let's say, 3,000, I want to more than double it. We'll go ahead and call it 1.5 by the time this video comes out. Let's say if this video gets 3,000 views and you guys get me up to 75 subscribers, so that's only 20 more than what we're at now, I will do the entire series of Stranger Things on VHS. I will do season 1 through 5, a custom Stranger Things box set. And I won't just make one of them. I'll make more than one copy. Screw it. I'll decide later if we hit the goals how many copies I do, but I will at least do 2 and give at least 1 away. And if we do more than that, I'll consider doing more. But we got to get there first. We got to get the numbers before I consider doing more than one, because that's going to be a lot of recording time. And with all of that, I think that's pretty much it. I have witnessed the biggest gains in my subscriber count ever in my entire career here on YouTube. And that is all because of you guys. I know that we are small as of right now, but we have grown more than I have ever. We have displayed more growth than I have seen since the entire time I've been on here. I've been on YouTube for about 3 years, and I have never seen my subscriber count go up like it has been. It's continuously going. I mean, it's not stopping. And like I said, while the growth may be slow, it's still growing. And I can't thank you guys enough for that. That gives me the passion to continue to get on here and make these videos that I'm passionate about, because it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy to see that you guys are interested in the same stuff that I did. Who would have thought it was the VHS tapes that were gonna start getting me attention? And that's great. I love that, because that means that you guys like the same stuff that I do. I never would have thought when I started this channel that it was the VHS tapes that was gonna start getting me subscribers, but I am not complaining. I love that. It makes me so happy. This video is something that I've wanted to do for quite some time. since I really started collecting VHS tapes. And I am just so undeniably, unequivocally grateful that I get to be on here and do these things that I love, and that so many of you are taking interest in it. That fills my absolute heart. And with all of that, I just still want to ask, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It gets me out there. It is a free way to support the channel. It gets us out there, gets us closer to reaching that goal, gets us closer to one of you possibly having an entire custom box set of Stranger Things. And just overall, it really helps us grow. I want to grow even more so that way we can do bigger and crazier and more awesome things in the future. And with that, I think that's pretty much it for us today. I cannot thank you all enough again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Hey, wake up. What the hell? I did it. I put episode 3 on tape. What? It's episode 3 on tape. See, that's what I thought you said. Yeah, see, that's what I thought you said. You've been gone for 3 weeks. Is this what you've been doing the whole time? Yeah, I ran into some technical difficulties. I hate to break it to you, but after you left, I kind of watched it on DVD. But it's episode 3. You're right. Alright, fire it up. Bet.
Let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby, come and show me how. Gotta do it right now, you know you gotta hold me down. Cannot let the moment pass, good things they never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I had to hit the gas. Yeah, that's premium, pull up with a